Hi, all, and welcome to Monday Night's Treasure Vortex with Gypsy Jules from YouTube's Zero Discrimination, as well as her website, gypsydigs.com, and myself, Amanda Digger Degaz. Tonight's special guest is Joshua Fields, and we look forward to bringing him in a minute. But hey, Gypsy, how was the Kadoha this weekend?
Hey, Amanda, it was fabulous. Oh my gosh, it was great getting to see everybody again. And it's always a pleasure seeing Brandon and seeing old familiar faces, some that I saw not that long ago, some that I've never met, of course. And it's always a blast. Those seated hunts, the seated part, I really don't care to find the seated finds. It's about seeing the people for me. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people will spend money and hope to, get their money back and all that, but it's not about that. A lot of people, if they're in it for the money, they're in it for the wrong reasons, because if they're going to invest that money, they really need to realize that it's about the camaraderie, getting together with people like-minded that love and have the passion of what we do. I had a blast.
Nice.
And I even had an even bigger blast after I got invited to go do some arrowhead digging. And I was so wishing you were there, Amanda. Oh my gosh.
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. ORH, Bill wants to know if you got to dig the diamonds, the diamond dig?
I did not. So it's tough going there because the diamond mine, or not diamond mine, it's actually a diamond crater. The diamond crater is only like 2 miles up the road, maybe 3. I don't know exactly. But I got to go there when I was a kid with my grandparents. And then again, I think when I was a teenager. And then again, I brought my kids when they were younger and little, but I haven't been back since. It's been a long time, but being so close, I was really wishing I could have went. But when I go to these events for Garrett, I'm there at the Garrett booth, meeting and greeting people, and so I didn't get a chance to wander away while at the hunt, but I thought about it after the hunt.
Yep.
Sure would have liked to go and to try my luck at the Diamonds crater, but instead got to go, Heath Jones from History Seekers.
Yep.
Yeah, he was there. Brandon Sutton. This is Brandon Sutton, one of his friends that owns this property. And from what I understand, our special guest tonight lives not far from there, so we can talk to more of him about maybe some arrowheads and stuff like that. But this was a campsite, very large campsite, and I even did some swinging out there. Found out that there was some old buildings. I mainly I found a spoon bowl, and I didn't do much metal detecting. I was really after the arrowheads, but I've got a cool video coming up with the arrowheads. I got 2 bird points, which I'd never found a bird point. I've always found the larger arrowheads. And Johnny got, I think, a Dalton. If anyone knows what a Dalton is, I heard that they're worth a lot of money. So nice. That was pretty cool. Oh, looks like I'm going to be working on the train here. So I'm so close to home. I'm only like 10 minutes away from home, and I've had wrecks, and now we're going to wait on a train, and this crazy guy right here is trying to pass me up. Oh, you idiot. He's going over. Oh, my
Just
goodness.
Let him go.
If I had that on video.
Just let him go.
That train by. Oh, my. I wish y'all could have seen that. That was scary stuff. I mean, can you hear the train coming?
Yep.
They're blowing their horn. A guy just crossed in between the things. He didn't even have his lights on. The sun's down here. That's crazy. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to get too far off the subject, but as a black cat crosses the road too.
Gypsy,
For the superstitious people
you're like squirrel.
I'm drinking coffee, so if that's any indication. But I'm going to put myself on mute while you tell us. I know you went out and got out and did some digging, and I don't know if you did any mudlarking, but tell us about that.
So Saturday I went down to Massachusetts and met my uncle, and we dug a private permission. The thing was, like, in the woods, it was definitely an old area, but about, I'd say maybe 50 years ago, they had a whole bunch of chicken coops that they put in an irrigation system for. So the entire woods was lined with copper piping. So that kind of made it a little difficult.
Oh, my goodness.
I did.
That would be tough.
Yeah, I did, but we were able to tell him, hey, you have, and I marked quite a bit of it for him. I'm like, it's all copper piping. So if you're not using it, that's some serious money out there, because it was good size pipes that were put in. And I found a modified spoon that was bent, and then like the spoon bowl, I did post a picture earlier, had a hole in it. So we think that they used it to get boiling eggs out of water. Because of the way the handle was bent up, it didn't look like it was bent in the dirt like that. And then with the hole, it kind of. And then yesterday, I got out and dug with Laura, and I ended up finding quite a few buttons, and found a pretty cool. I think it's not a livery button, but I like a hunting button with the dog on it, which is really neat. But yeah, getting to get out. The weather is definitely cooled down, and all the hay is coming off, the corn is coming off, and the fields are getting turned. So pretty excited. Pretty excited to see what's still out there. Yep.
Wow. Well, one quick thing is, y'all, she sent me a photo today of that button, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I've never seen one with a dog on it that big that, was so ornate. It's absolutely gorgeous. So congrats on that.
Thanks.
What do you say we bring in our guest?
I'd say it sounds like a good idea. So everybody give a warm welcome to Joshua Fields. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, welcome, Josh.
Thank you.
So, just a basic, can you tell everybody, where you're located and how long you've been treasure hunting?
I'm originally from North Carolina, born and raised, and we moved up to Central Arkansas about 3 years ago to be with the wife's family. So we're still trying to get settled in, learn everything around here and everything. But I started detecting when I was probably 13 or 14. I got out with my mom. She's the one that got me into it. We started out with a White Spectrum XLT, and that was our afternoon and weekend thing to get together and spend family bonding time together. And now I've moved up to the Mine Lab Xterra and then the Knox 800. Don't get to detect nearly as much as I like to, but it's fun still to get together with her and dig when we can.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Now,
well,
you go ahead.
You go ahead, Amanda.
Oh my, we're all on top of each other. So you said you started with the XLT, the whites?
I did, yes, ma'am. Correct.
And what detector are you using now?
Now it is the Mine Lab Equinox 800 and then the Xterra Pro.
Fantastic.
But I still have the White Spectrum.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love the Spectrum.
You cannot beat it. It's a little heavy, but it's still a great machine.
Yep. Actually, that was our backup we took out this weekend for my uncle to use.
It's a good one to have.
It is. I'm like, hey, I've got this one. It's heavier. Blah blah blah. I know that you've used it, and then, hey, I've got this one. And he's like, no, I'll take this one. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Take the old trusty one. That's correct.
Yep.
Well, Joshua, the wide spectrum, do you have a certain find that really hooked you, that you found with that machine?
Not with that one. Mostly, that was just younger with the found clad, costume jewelry. It wasn't on till moved up, and then I found the War of 1812 Navy button. That was with my AT Pro. I was actually with a friend out of permission. The house was built in 1730s. It was in North Carolina. It served as the first courthouse and as a Civil War hospital. So we got permission to hunt it, and it had been hit before, but they, how those go. Luckily, up under a big oak tree, good signal, dug down, flipped it over, seen the stars around it with the eagle, and I was hooked after that.
That's awesome.
I bet. So that was your first find that really got you hooked?
It was. The silver's nice and all that, but when you touch a piece of history that's been buried for hundreds of years, it's what really draws you in.
Oh, man, yeah. It's the history that does it for me. When you find a piece that you can connect to a time and history, that's what really gets my passion flowing, for sure. So you found that with the Garrett AT Pro, you said?
Correct. With the 5x8 coil.
Oh, I love that coil.
It is a great one.
I love that coil. Awesome. Go ahead, Amanda. I know you got a few questions there.
No, I was going to say, I think I have followed you since 2008 in the creation of Rusty Metal. Is that?
Yeah, I believe you were there from the beginning for Rusty Relics Metal Detecting. You've been a long supporter.
I have. I've enjoyed it. So for those of you that don't know, you can, on Facebook, there is a group. You want to talk about that a little bit, Josh?
We started the group back in, I believe it was 2018, just a place to everybody post their finds, see what everybody's digging, talk, share tips, and I never would have believed it would take off as much as it has. I believe we're up to 1,800 members now, just a few years.
Holy moly. Wow.
But it's nice to see what people all over the world are digging. I mean, there's people, of course, locally, you have people California to China. I mean, it's just nice to see finds from all over what people are finding.
That's awesome. I know that Amanda probably gave you a little list of questions we like to ask, but
she did.
Cool. Do you have something that maybe it's the month of October now? Do you have like a spooky find or a spooky incident or something, or creepy find, anything like that?
As far as spooky or creepy, I love to dig bottle dumps, so you'll find the occasional doll head, teeth, stuff like that, and you wonder, how did this end up here? And, you're down into the ground digging, and a doll head pops out. It kind of freaks you out.
It is creepy that